Good morning. Just thought I'd make a quick video. I don't really have a lot to talk about, but it's such a nice day and I'm relaxing out here. It finally cooled off into the 30s at night, so that's been kind of nice. And the wood is doing well with the fireplace, just amazing. So wonderful. It's a good feeling when you've done some work and done some preparation, and the fruits of it are, so nice. And workouts are going well, getting stronger and stronger. Even, at 50 years old, I feel like I feel like, there's limitations to every physique, every body system's got, everybody's got different limitations, but it's kind of a spiritual process, actually, the working out, because I can I see my limitations, and before it would have made me angry, or I would have got upset maybe and felt discouraged. But now I just go, okay, that's just something I can work with, and I just see it as a an opportunity now. Whereas before I might have got disappointed, or maybe even just stopped working out because of it. And I think there's a lesson there. It's just like meditation, doing a spiritual practice. You go through the practice, you do it, you keep your expectations reasonable, but it's not wrong to have expectations either. If you're doing something and it's not helping you, if you're not seeing benefit, then you're wasting your time. If you're doing it just because your friend said, oh, this is good and it's good for me and it's helping me, and you try it and you give it an honest try. That's the thing too. You have to give you have to give things an honest try. And if it doesn't benefit you, it's time to move on. Don't waste your time, because this is something that I got reiterated to me, and I it's so important, and that is everybody's path is different, and it's whether it's how you make money, or how you have your leisure time, or how you exercise, work out, keep your body strong, what you eat, what kind of spiritual practice you do or don't do. This is totally individual, right? I mean, we get so caught up in this group think, and that's the thing that's always made me nervous about even this heartfulness, doing my heartfulness practice. It makes me a little standoffish, I guess you could say, in a sense that I don't want to get in this group think. I already played that game. I'm not doing that again. And people telling you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And I'm not saying the heartfulness people have done this at all. As a matter of fact, I would say my experience with it, my only person I've really had contact with, besides Paul on YouTube, is my trainer guy that we do meditations together, and it's like a cleaning meditation, and we do them about once every other week, or sometimes we'll do them 2 weeks in a row, and then we won't do it for a while. And he's like totally cool. I mean, no pressure, no nothing. He's just totally supportive, totally nice guy, no agenda. And I think most of the people that are into the heartfulness stuff at this point have already been down the other paths, and they've already been down the whole, guilt and shame thing, whether they're in an organized religion, or a different spiritual practice that was more, regimented. I mean, the bottom line is there's certain work that has to be done. How you do it is up to you, but the work has to be done. And I think, basic things like, working through your emotional stuff. I mean, that is basic to any practice. You can call the practice whatever you want, but if you're not becoming more stable, if you're not becoming more a lighter in your energy, and how you, and it's not every single moment. I mean, sometimes you don't feel light, sometimes you feel heavy, sometimes you don't feel good, but just in general, is it making you smoother? Is it making you better? Is it making you more humble? I think humility is a big thing with a practice. A practice should make you humble. Whatever the practice is, whether it's exercise or your work or whatever. It should make you more humble. It should make you more gentle, more humble. Today I got done working out, and I was like, I get this like almost euphoric feeling sometimes when I'm finished working out, but it also can be kind of a negative, because it can make me a little more aggressive and a little more, I guess, assertive. And so today after my workout, I was feeling that euphoria, but I was thinking, okay, this is awesome. This is great, but I need to stabilize this. I need to bring this, I need to stabilize this energy. Not have the big up and then have to come down, but just kind of let it, let it just, let it go out there, but don't be attached to it. Just keep the attachment level at a reasonable level. And because, the body's going to fade. You could go in there and you could work out and you could do, X amount of weight, and you could feel real strong on, Monday. And then on the next week, you might feel like, like, oh man, what am I doing? This is a waste of time. So that's what builds the humility. That's what I'm talking about, humility. And it's the same thing with the spiritual practice. You'll have an up. You might feel really light, and you just have an amazing clarity. Your meditation is amazing. You might have some amazing experience in your meditation. And then, you might feel like total dog shit the next week. And it's just part of the practice. But what I'm learning is not to have, not that you don't have expectations, but don't have unrealistic expectations. The bottom line is, it's got to be functional. It's got to be something that is getting you down the road. It doesn't have to be pretty all the time. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. It's not going to be. It's not designed like that. But it definitely should be causing you to grow. Everything, your whole life can just become like this growth template once you realize this. And doing a practice, actually, getting off the couch and doing something it's a signal. It's a signal to your spirit, to your soul, that, hey, I'm ready for the next level. Sitting around hoping something will happen. I was listening. I listened to this lady, and she's really good. But I like to read the comments, and the people just get on there and they just go on and on about, oh, I'm just sleeping all the time, and oh, I'm just having all these symptoms. They call them ascension symptoms. And when I did TM, people would talk about unstressing. That was the big thing, was I'm unstressing. So they could make an excuse to have, shitty behavior and to be rude, or, they felt like crap, and because they probably weren't eating nutritious food, they weren't doing proper exercise. And so, it's fine listening to people, because they'll sit there and make all these excuses. Oh, I come home from work and I sleep, I lay down on the couch and go to sleep, and I'm so tired. And it's like they're expecting something to come along and just, pick them up. And it's not how it works. We have to use our own will force. Our own will force is our friend, It's like the rudder on a ship. At first, you might have a lot of resistance when you start doing something, because you're changing direction completely. If you're a couch potato, you're sitting on the couch, and you suddenly decide, I'm going to go do, boot camp training at the YMCA, and then you can't hardly move for the next 2 weeks, and you never do it again, then, that's your own fault. You've not progressed very far if that's the case. But that's it. And that goes to the whole idea of instant gratification. People just want, they want instant gratification. And that's why I say the expectation thing is important, because expectations, if you keep them at a balanced level, and actually the ultimate goal would be to have complete detachment from your expectations. Just, you do it, you steer the rudder, and you direct the ship into your life is like a ship, and you get out in the middle of the stream, And it might be hard at first. You have to paddle and you have to do a lot of work. But once you get in the middle of the stream, man, just flow, just float, just float down the stream. That's where you're making the progress. And then you're going to have things come up and you just make little corrections, little adjustments. It should, honestly, once your life gets going in the direction it's supposed to be going, it really should require almost no effort whatsoever. People think, oh, I got to work really hard. I got to work really hard. Yeah, if you've allowed yourself to sink down to a level of debauchery or, physical, you're physically ill because you've been toxic and holding on to toxic emotions, and you've got a lot of, baggage and emotional stuff that you need to work out. Yeah, it's going to require a tremendous amount of effort. But once you get in the stream and you get in the flow, it should require almost no effort whatsoever. And I'm not speaking for everyone, but I think people who are kind of doing this heartfulness practice, a lot of them are kind of at that point. They know that drugs and alcohol are bad. They know that, of course, a lot of them think eating meat is probably not good either. But like I said, everybody has a different trajectory. Everyone has different needs. And so anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. It's kind of stuff I've been thinking about lately, and not too hard. I've been busy working and taking care of my family and focusing on those things because that's what really matters. And everything else is just gravy, just everything else is just, just a gift. All right. Hope you have a good day.